Well, I am Sam Jones Flash Gordon. Let's talk about Funko.
What's up, peoples? This is Let's Talk About Funko, and I'm your host, Reggie, and
I'm your host, Mario.
this is episode 19, and we got a few guests with us today, two returning guests, and then two new guests. So let's start from here, work our way towards Mario.
I'm Pedro.
Mike?
Artley.
I'm Tony.
I'm Mario.
No one cares about Mario.
Shut up.
So we're changing it up today. Today we're actually going to be talking more about comic books, because that's on the kick we've been doing lately. We've been crazy about comic books for years already. We've had NRG on the show before. They've showed us some beautiful slabs, some comics that they didn't have in slabs as well. They brought back more. You guys actually tell us where you're from as well, because you've had NRG already on. Tell us your IG pages so that people can follow as well.
All right, I'm Comics 76. That's my Instagram. I follow comics as well.
I'm the comic book kid 42038. And basically just check us out. We're Renegades. We're bringing it live.
Renegades.
We're just bringing it where we can bring it, medium, low cost, and get it to the people.
Definitely. So basically, you guys do a live auction.
Every Sunday and Tuesday, we have our regular Sunday from 9 o'clock to whenever we finish. Whenever we finish could be 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Whoever's with us, we just keep on going.
Yeah, I think I've stayed up to at least 2, and then I had to go to work the next day and spend a lot of good on comic books that day. I have a bunch of night, and I was like, I'm not going back on the next night because it's just too much. But it was a lot of great selections. Check it. These guys are the real, because the prices are great, and you actually have other people on the chat, so you become friends with other people. You can social,
It's a huge community.
huge community. That's what I love about comic books. I'm getting more and more into them. Like, I used to love them before anyway, but I stopped after a certain time because I was getting confused with the X-Men comic books and continuity, and it was just craziness. But now that seems like it's back better than before. I don't know. What are you guys into? We can start from here and work our way to Anthony. We don't care about Mario.
Well, I'm into anime and manga.
Okay.
Comic books, as well as some of the classic ones, like the 80s.
Okay.
Basically anything from the 50s and up.
Well,
My father basically started me off with stuff with, I can't even think of it. It's like, what's the stuff that you got me into, the bronze and the golden?
Oh, bronze and silver.
And it's ridiculous. I mean, I call it the vault. He yelled at me, what do you call it the vault for? I said, because literally you have the $1 million closet.
yeah.
And he doesn't even get what I mean by that, just because of stuff that, like, we get people's stuff, people's books pressed, cleaned, slabbed, and even signatures for people slabbed up, That's what we do. We just do it, get it done,
So you actually know somebody that does the whole cleaning and
Yeah. We know a few people,
Okay, so
and we just try to circulate it because it gets overwhelming.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's
So-
good business too.
Yeah.
Pressing
Yeah.
can take up to like a day,
Yeah.
depending on how the
And they have to do it
condition
right. And I've seen people do it personally themselves. They learn on
Yeah.
TV. The craziest thing I've ever heard is actually ironing.
Yeah.
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 I was
yeah.
like, whoa. But I know people that have the machine as well. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's literally what pressing is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ironing out the wrinkles of the comic,
yeah.
but without an iron.
I seen that. I seen the moisture thing where they put it in a just
Yeah.
put moisture back in. But going back to comics, you the guys didn't answer those questions. Your favorites?
Let's see. For me, currently, definitely Spider-Gwen, aka Ghost Spider. I'm doing the Power Ranger comics. If we're talking some of the older stuff, definitely Green Lantern, the Jeff Johns run. Blackest Night is probably like one of my favorites. I think I read
nice.
it at
That was a
least
great run. Yeah.
a dozen times. I know because he got me a bunch of the
I heard there's a
Blackest
new
Night.
one right now, right?
There
No,
is, yes.
That's, I
It's
heard
a-
there's a great story behind it. It depends if you're into it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
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 Which one is it?
That
The,
is the multiverse story
Yeah.
arc. So the multiverse story arcs that are out right now is dealing with what happened in Dark Knight Metal. But in the multiverse story arcs, they're single issues that take place during the big arcs. So like it's like what if. So there's a what if Lois Lane became the Eradicator. She gained the powers of the Eradicator and went after Doomsday that killed Superman. Okay, then the one they just dropped, which is What If the Blackest Night, they won the Blackest Night. The Dead was the only one that was left with Sinestro.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
What about Far Sector?
Far Sector? Oh, Far Sector is that new book that's out. But
Yeah,
that's not
that's-
DC.
That's not.
No,
No?
Far Sector
I
is...
thought that was a Green Lantern book.
It is a Green Lantern story arc, but it's
Okay.
not in the DC Universe arc.
Okay.
It's in their other part of, like Vertigo. You know how
Yeah.
Vertigo Comics is? It's one of those stories. It's in that
Oh.
area of publishing. But yeah, Sector is a good story arc right now. It's a big one because it's introducing a new character, but it's nothing to do with the DC Universe as of yet. They'll probably intertwine with it.
So what's your favorite right now?
Mine's
Well,
Silver
actually,
Age.
right now and before. Sorry.
Before, mine was always Silver Age. I've always been into Silver Age and mid-'80 comics. So I liked a lot of the Romita Jr. story arcs. I loved all his artwork. Frank Miller. I was also, back in the day, like I told you when we did when I first came in, I was like a huge McFarlane fan. And I've been following McFarlane since a kid and everything. But my dad, like his father got him hooked on, my dad got me hooked on these books too as well. So I've been going back and
Actually,
into
was
my
enjoying
own.
those Ghost Riders you were showing the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Silver Age Western.
God, I
ones,
saw
yeah.
that. How beautiful that
Yeah.
was.
Oh man.
Yeah. We get those a lot. Yeah. So, you just make sure you follow us. But yeah. So it's like stuff like that, you know. And I do my best to try. Now I'm getting into collecting the older stuff now. So I'm like, that's my snitch now. Into getting the before
The
it was
older
a slab.
comics?
Now I'm hunting for silver.
Yeah, because right now it feels like all the new stuff costs so much at just coming right out the bat. But
Well-
some of these new stuff could be key comics. Are just
That's correct. Yeah.
jumping out of nowhere. Like, it comes out tomorrow and it's the death of this person. Who knows how long they'll be dead, or a brand new character. And
Some of
like,
the issues also refer to one of the older issues.
yeah, and that's another thing. It's like then you have to go back and find out some of these not so well known characters are like that could be a $2 book. It's gonna be like a $20 book next week. It's,
Yeah.
it's ridiculousness. Like,
Yeah.
because I watch, Comic Time 101. I watch all these other shows. I know you guys don't like Key Collector, but hey, everybody has their thing. But I don't really read too much on that. I have it's like there's another website I was told about that just gives you reviews of all the comics that's out right now, and it's not really talking about the value, but it's just value to me is something else. It's what people think of it as. So because anybody can pay, hey, this is $20, but it's sold on eBay for $40 or more. Who knows?
Yeah.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like if I'm into stuff, I will pay more money for it as it is. I love my Wolverine.
Oh, and
Mara,
that-
you into which one is your favorite right now? Hulk?
Hulk, Wolverine. I mean, me, I'm 80s comics. Like, I like G.I. Joe, Transformers,
Definitely. When the mix up there.
the old X-Men.
Yeah.
Like, anything that's new right now, it's cool to me, but I can't see myself reading it too much because it's like, right now, everything is warped around. So for me to catch up now to everything, I'm like, nah, I
it's
just
hard.
stick to my my 80s comics. But there's a lot of new comic books that are coming out that I'm kind of getting back into it, like the Turtles, the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You know, the
You just was on the line for the 100. Actually,
Yeah.
Yep.
you guys,
Yeah,
as
we
well
went-
as Mario,
yeah.
for the McGinnis signing. So I didn't go. It looked like it was a cool thing to go. Was it like
was cool.
really packed or?
No, it wasn't. They even
think-
they
I
were.
was thinking about going, and I was like,
I think we was
nah. I
what, like 15 probably. Altogether, it was like probably like 20 people in there. So you could go up
It was
there.
about
You
20.
could've
It was about
kept
20.
on getting autographs.
Yes.
It was about
you
20.
could.
It was about 20 to 30, and then they even offered that if you want to go again, you could have gone again.
Well, we've done that before. We
But-
love that comic book
Yeah.
store. We know Leo. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he was
Yeah,
there.
Shout outs to Leo.
And
Midtown Comics.
Yeah, Leo.
what was the other one? I forgot his name. We always make fun of him.
Oh, yeah, don't even remember. Shame on y'all.
No. I only know him through Casino because of that. What was that
Man.
song? Somebody doesn't know.
Scotty?
Scotty.
Scotty.
There you go.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah, the Scotty
He hates it
doesn't
when
know.
we say that song. That's the only reason I'm sorry, Scotty. But yeah, and the owner's cool over there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think there was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a ridiculous line.
It should have
Nah,
been. In my
should've
opinion, it
been.
should have
Because
been.
I've been there, and we've been there for John Romita Jr., and that
Oh, yeah.
line is ridiculous. They
Yeah,
always
but
like,
you know what the funny thing about it is that when was it Miller?
Miller and
Okay. Don't get me wrong. Granted, yeah, Miller's a top name.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you got John Romita Jr. and you got Frank Miller,
That line should
Come on.
be.
it was ridiculous. That line was
That
ridiculous.
should because we did Frank Miller too. I
Yeah.
got my Wolverine #1 signed by Frank Miller. I got some Detective 1000 signed by him, so I was trying to get rid of it, but I wanted them to get rid of that what's that, Newton rings? Where you get on the slabs, the oil pressing onto it.
Oh, the lid that yeah, but that remember I was telling you that's the moisture
Yeah.
from when the
Well, they said it's the oils from the cover, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's still a big amount. So it's
Yeah.
not like for me, it's like not something that I want to get.
Oh,
try to
that's
sell
yeah.
online. It's just
That's
like,
a
I
good
want it.
question. How can you get rid of that? what
they
do you do?
when
have to crack it open,
They have
right?
to crack it open.
Yeah.
You slab the book.
Oh wow.
And it just is. It's like an air bubble. You know, sometimes like when
It looks
you-
like oily.
It looks like
Yeah.
oil, but it's not.
It's not.
It's
It's
air.
just air bubble.
It's an air bubble.
Oh.
So that's their version of an air bubble.
But
so
if I went
once-
to go sell it on eBay and the
you
guy
can still
got it, he'll
sell
be
it.
mad as hell.
No,
I
you
have
can
to
still
show it to
sell
the
it.
person. I'm
You
just
can
saying.
still sell it.
But I know people knew about it because this has been going on for many years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing that they
Yeah.
have. It's like you know, it's every time when a book is put in a slab, it takes air pressure out to make it a solid close. But there's sometimes a little bits of air bubble stays stuck in there, and when you're pressing the book into the plastic, you're gonna get a flat air bubble.
Yeah, it just
okay.
looks wrong on my stuff. It looks like a big skull right in the middle. So
Yeah.
it's not like spots here and there. I see people have.
See, like this one right here. This
Yeah.
one has it. I can show you. I don't know
And
if
the,
you
and the
see it.
new
You see
ones,
it?
the new slabs they have are almost
Oh
impossible.
yeah, I
to
see
lay
it.
in.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, you can't see it on camera because the light.
Yeah.
But if you look right here, this area right here, that's the air bubble.
Is that an Eastman one or who's that?
Yeah, this is the Eastman.
Eastman,
This is
yeah.
Oh,
the,
man.
Ninja Turtles Batman sketch cover.
It would have been nice if he was there.
I know.
But
That would have been crazy. That line would have
that
been.
line would have been long.
No, that would have been. You would have.
Yeah.
You would have had people coming from other states
Exactly.
coming over.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the bubble, you can't even see it. You know what I mean? It's like if you're
Yeah.
paying attention, if light reflects on it, or if you press
No,
down
when I
on a
take
certain
pictures
area.
of it straightforward, you don't see it. You have
Of
to
course.
take it from an angle
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
And it all depends on the customer, but it's a signed book I have, and I was like, and I've already sold stuff. I also know that with these new slabs, they're so much tighter than they used to be before.
They range in different packaging.
And I heard what back in the days, like saying like more than like 10 years ago, back then, the way that people said to get rid of it was just like slipping a piece of paper inside
Yeah,
of
just-
it. You can't do that at all.
No.
You can't do it
I was like,
anymore.
yeah, no.
That's not.
No.
That's
I would have messed mine
So
up.
what? Right now, what are your grails that you own, and what are you looking for? I know my grail automatically is
I got a couple that he's mad at me
181,
about.
so that's
There's a
automatically
couple
mine.
that I
so.
have that Mike has, that Mike knows that I have, and he hates me having it. But, hey, I don't want to disclose that information.
Oh,
on
disclose
camera.
it. No. Let it be
I'm
known.
starting shit already.
Let it be
Because
known.
this might be the last video appearance of Anthony Vasquez.
Yes, yes.
Good
Good night, energy. Good
yes,
night.
the last few minutes of energy.
Yeah.
So one of my personal grails that I do have that is a very high book is Amazing Spider-Man 101, which is the first appearance of Morbius. I also have.
Didn't you have a picture of that? On
Yes,
your
I
page?
did.
I saw that.
Yes,
It's like you was in
Yes,
tears in
you
that,
did.
that picture.
But I got to retort to this one when he's done.
And I also have, well, there's a few grails that I have that I will not release. And the other one that I have is the first appearance of
Look at
Hobgoblin.
Mario's
Mario
looking
has
at
that
him
teasing
like,
eyes already.
so when we get these books.
the first appearance of Hobgoblin, which was already signed by John Romita Jr.
Thankfully, no one knows where we live.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, two of them do.
Well, two of them do.
That's why it's all good. I was about to say, at least we know where you live.
Yeah.
But it's like when I had first started doing this, before we met, I was just putting up pictures of my father's stuff. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Just take a picture." I said, "You know what? Let me see that one." So it was the first appearance of the Punisher.
Oh wow.
First appearance. Next day, I got 30 DMs on IG. How much you want? Offers, 500, 1,000. I'm like, I'm not selling it. Are you out of your mind? I said, number one, first appearance of Punisher. Number two, it's a Spider-Man. No. Then it just keeps on coming out. Oh, first appearance of Morbius. Oh yeah, he tells me he's got 3 of them. After I saw your picture, with I got Morbius. Yeah. So my father. But what kills me is like my father says it so casually, right? He goes, "Oh yeah, I got 3 of them." What? In my, oh yeah, I got 3 of that one. I got the first appearance of Punisher. I got the first appearance of Electro. First appearance of the Lizard. First appearance, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah. And a lot of people don't, my father's old school, all right? We go through this all the time. It's like, Pop, let me get them. What do you want them for? What do you want them for? I said, because I want to get them pressed. I want to get them cleaned. I want to preserve them, okay? Just for example, I have one of these that he just gave me the other day, raw. And the funny thing is, it looks just as clean and crisp as this.
Wow.
Might not even need to be touched. Okay, I think I showed it to you.
Oils on people's hands, touching it.
But you see, but the thing of it is though, he was bagging and boarding way before bagging and board, and he would make literally his own bag. And and you pull him out now, and but guess what? The condition is ridiculous. I'm like, Pop, you're killing me. Well, you're not killing you. Like, come on, let's get this, cased up already. I hand him one, right? Just pass it to me first. Yeah. What's this plastic shit on this book, man? Huh? What's this what is this? 9 point, what's this?
I can make it better.
And I said, Pop, you know what? This is what people are doing to preserve their collections.
Right.
I said, especially what you have, and this is what we're trying to inform and educate people on. Okay, because if you you have a $200 book and you're flipping and flopping it around, we've come across some people that they do. I'm not mentioning names.
No one said you were.
I'm mentioning, but it's like,
I don't think he watches the show.
hey, look at this book here, right? And rip a page. It's like,
Oh my God.
Oh.
It's almost like the idiot that we hated with the Pops.
and I was like,
yeah.
but
Lamar Wilson?
but it's like we were watching this. I'm like, I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah.
I think I did, but I was like, oh,
You
what
definitely
do you?
screamed in the car.
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was.
that.
And it was like, what are you doing? He had a $200 book.
Really?
Just by that rip.
The value went down to $5.
Yeah, you might have just been.
Okay, you might have just used it as toilet paper.
Right.
Damn.
Okay, because after that, I would just beat his ass with that book. All right, I mean, it was a Submariner #1.
What?
Oh yeah.
On top of that, okay, and this is how good my wife is now, right? She's got her, it's got watermarks. I'm like, damn, thank you. But it's like this dude is like, how are you gonna have a $200 book or better?
Yeah.
And you're gonna do that? You got no respect. Because
That's another thing I liked about the auction. I was watching it, and you guys talked about a comic book you had. You mentioned all the flaws on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the best thing. Like you could be watching them, and they're gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they don't want to hear no BS afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we don't
Right.
want you. We don't want you to like to
Feel cheated.
Yeah,
Feel cheated or
but you
ripped
know how
off.
many people come on, and after a while, I'm over here answering them.
Exactly.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
all right, let's say you
Because-
won that. You won the right #1 from us.
Yeah.
Right.
On that auction. Now the
By
condition
luck.
on that
Is
Yeah, by
ridiculous.
luck
It's
is
ridiculous.
a near mint, and you won. Yeah, go ahead. You won the
That's
whole
that's
World
I
Series.
won.
You can show off. You want a lot of things.
There's a lot of stuff in here,
Mike,
but
tell him the
these are
truth.
like, you know,
Tell him the truth, Mike. He won that by luck.
By luck.
By luck.
By luck. But
Because
any,
I didn't
By
shoot the
skill.
trigger.
But you know,
By
by us introducing the book and describing the book to you, it showed that the value of the book is worth what it is.
Yes.
We're not going to sell you something and say, "Oh, this is a near mint book." When you get it home, it has rips, tears, and stuff like that. That you said that we never showed you. We would never do that to you.
No.
100%. We're fans and collectors as well.
That's what I can tell.
So
That's
we
one thing
wouldn't
that's
even
all
put up a
around me.
book if the book of the value of the book
Yeah.
is high. Like we had the first appearance of Wendigo that night.
Yeah.
And
I
the
could.
first appearance of
remember.
Wendigo had a crease in it.
Yep.
But it was you were able to press it out and it will go back to value. The value didn't lose.
I didn't see it.
No, because
you
somebody-
guys
I
mentioned
was
it to
there.
us.
I was there,
I didn't see it.
and the way they run like a well-oiled machine. So whatever they say on live, that's what's going on. Like I was there,
And I was on the other side. While
you
you're
was
there,
there.
I was actually watching
So-
it. So I was like,
they tell you every detail. They tell you every crease. They tell you anything that you want to know, and everything. I want to know what brought the Renegades together? Why the collective? Like like what's the secret? Because I hate Reggie here and there.
Well,
got one minute, guys.
the Renegades were brought together to
How did we come together,
How did
or
we
why,
come together?
or why,
No.
are,
Can
why
I
are
explain
we
it? Because
together?
I think I'm the only one who
everything.
actually remembers how this happened.
Yeah.
So, well, that too. Like, it's funny because we met Miguel in one of our auctions. We dropped the book over to his house, and then we just never left.
I can see that happening.
Like literally, that's what happens. Like, we just went to his house, dropped off the book, and we literally never left. It was just been like a weekly thing for the past 6-7 months now.
It's the kids in the candy store, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
about nine,
Oh,
yeah,
it's-
about 9 months.
Yeah, about 9
It's
months. Yeah.
them pastelillos, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then-
with the
Yeah, you
coquito.
know,
And
you
then
know.
we all just decided, like, dude, we do this stuff almost on a weekly basis.
Why not give people
What they
What they
want.
want.
what they want?
Exactly.
And it's basically the same thing we want.
Yeah.
We want bigger books, cheaper pricing. So that's
Right.
exactly what we do. So when you see us going to shows and we post, oh, we're at this show, we're at this show, and this one, we're not only going for ourselves.
We're going for the people.
We're going for everyone else.
Okay.
And we try to make it much more quicker that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish we had more time, but we don't.
Oh wait, whose birthday is it today?
Oh, baby Emily.
Emily.
Happy birthday, baby Emily.
There you go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. First birthday, baby
First-
Emily.
You don't know?
We out.
Yeah.